Yo, so this is one that I've been really looking forward to doing, man. I feel like ever since this video dropped, people have been hitting up my other video with bits of clues and things that they found. And I felt like we kind of diagnosed everything in the video, but maybe we didn't. What's up, South Jersey Bait Reviews, man? What's up? Shout out Carnage, shout out JR, shout out Influence, shout out Two Times, shout out Bo, shout out RMS, shout out Roll Tide. What is up, everybody, man? Let me know when you guys pull up. If you guys are watching this on the playback, thank you for clicking on the video. I say it in every video. Thank you for clicking on the video. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Shout out Influence in the building. T-Skis here, what up? So I felt like we had kind of unlocked everything or saw everything in the video, but there's multiple videos of meanings behind the Not Like Us video. So I do see that this one is a little bit longer, so that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do this one in particular. If for some reason we feel like it's going in the wrong direction, we can always just click on another one. But I have not seen this video, and I think there's a shorter one of like 4 minutes. But I wanted to take a look at this one because I think this one actually came out after that video. So I feel like they might have added some things onto that video. So of course, let's go ahead and tap in, man. This is the dark, creepy, and eerie meanings in Not Like Us. So maybe they're gonna do a deep dive. I'm excited, man. This is by Deleted, which has 12,000 subs. So shout out to the 12,000 sub game, man, because I'm close. My man's got 12,000 subs. It's got like 300,000 views in 2 days. So let's go ahead and tap in. What up, JoJo? What up, Ty? The dark, creepy, and eerie meanings, messages in Not Like Us. Let's go ahead and tap into it. And if this video misses anything, or if I miss anything, make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you guys hit it. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me actually turn off these tunes. My bad, gang. I forgot the tunes were on. Man, let's turn it off. All right, let me know if we miss anything. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Is it just me, or did Kendrick really smack the black off of him? Oh, Zipic face ass. Boy, if you don't pick your face up, Drake has no aura left. Bro looks like a real 40-year-old white man. Aging like milk. I thought black don't crack. Painting Hello Kitty on your nails is wild. This man.
He going in already, bro. The video ain't, we 19 seconds in, but I did look at this picture too. And I mean, I don't want to equate everything to Kendrick. I think that's one thing that I've been trying not to do, is every move he makes, not, be that Kendrick fan that then equates everything to Kendrick. But this happened on the 4th of July, which is, I believe it happened on the 4th of July, which is the same day that the Not Like Us video dropped. And when I saw this picture, I looked at Drake and I almost thought, bro, is this like a body double? Now, I don't know if that's just me, man. Like, again, y'all could say whatever, but he looks like skinnier. I don't know if that's, everybody gonna say it's Ozempic. I don't know if it's Ozempic. I don't know, man. But he looks different. He looks weird. Not weird. He looks disheveled. He looks like skinnier, sunken in, and you can see the laugh lines a little bit more. I'm not used to Drake looking like that, man. So let me know if y'all think he looks any different in the comments below.
Man is stressed and depressed. Hey, for real, why he really look like he been crying? Drake!
Oh.
You know me, I'm YouTube's biggest villain, the new biggest villain. The reason why I say that is because my opinion's not gonna be popular. You might not like anything I gotta say. I think
hold up. I like this already because I feel like it's gonna be different. I like this already because I feel like it's gonna be different, man. Let's sub up to Deleted, bro. I like where he going with this already. He say my opinion is gonna be different, gang. You might not like nothing I gotta say in this. Now I hope that it does come with a little bit of comes with some facts behind it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping it comes with facts, but let's get into it.
This channel, before we begin, I don't give a F what none of y'all think. I'ma just be honest with you. When y'all get mad at me and say, I'm unsubbing, Okay, get your soft A up out of here. I don't get it. You can't cancel someone that don't care. When I see men typing that, I feel like you guys got girl hands. Yo, feminine hands. Hey, for a small channel, we kind of low key doing some numbers. I mean, here and there type beat. Let's get this video up to 1,000 likes. Let's just run it up real quick. Run it up one time, because if we run it up,
bro asked for 1,000 likes. He got 21,000 likes.
You feel me? The numbers get ran up, then everybody else see it. Please help me introduce these Drake gobblers to their newest villain, their newest arch enemy. Is it arch enemy or arc enemy? I don't even know if I said that shit right, to be honest with you. I don't feel like doing the rep. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Let's irritate these Drake gobblers.
Yeah, man, hit that like button, man. It really does help out the channel, bro. It really does.
Every girl I left went and got a new man, but I'm the new version of Fresh Prince. And the bands got bumped for real. I switch wifey every season like Uncle Phil.
Everything he do is so cringe now, it's embarrassing. Drake! It's been a couple of days since K-Dot released his Not Like Us video, and Drake is still not breathing. Kendrick Lamar is very analytical and proved over and over how war-ready he truly is. He feeds social media's fix of having a ton of hidden messages and codes to decipher throughout his career. So it only made sense that he would do the same for arguably one of the best diss tracks of all time, Not Like Us. In the opening scene, Kendrick knocks on the door. And he doesn't just do any type of knock. He does one of the most famous knocks called shaving a haircut 2 bits. So of course I Googled it. And you won't be surprised what came up, because it blew my mind, and I don't know exactly.
Shaving the haircut 2 bits? I never heard of that before in my life. I'm gonna Google it before. No, I'm gonna just listen to it.
Exactly what he's trying to get at, but so the tune for shaving a haircut 2 bits originated in 1899 from Charles Hale's minstrel song At a Darktown Cakewalk. This particular knock or jingle was most often used at the end of a piece of music for comic effect. But that's not where it stops at. What is a Darktown Cakewalk? When you go look up the word Darktown, Darktown was an African-American neighborhood in Atlanta, Georgia. Darktown was characterized in the 1930s as a hellhole of squalor, degradation, sickness, crime, and misery. The term Darktown was also used generically in Atlanta and the rest of the South to refer to African-American districts. And what's really crazy about all this is because in that very room that he goes into after he does this jingle is where he brings up,
you called Future when you didn't see the club. What, little baby, help you get your lingo up.
Basically doubling down on how Drake is a culture vulture, a colonizer, and how he stole a lot from the Atlanta scene.
You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you're not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer.
Shaving a haircut 2 bits jingle is probably the creepiest, eeriest thing that I've learned today doing research on this whole Not Like.
Shaving the haircut 2 bits. Right, so when you do that, they did use, I recall like hearing it at the end of like jokes or comedy or something like that. And I guess learning the origins of it, Darktown in Atlanta, and then he goes into saying, you run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. If he meant to do that, like some of the stuff, I'm not sure if he meant to do it or if people are finding ways to connect them. Isn't that some sort of like scientific, not scientific, but like, I don't know. Like that's a thing where people can kind of like make things like connect. I don't know. But I think that's crazy. I never would have expected that ever.
Fucking colonizer.
Shaving a haircut 2 bits jingle is probably the creepiest, eeriest thing that I've learned today doing research.
Thank you. Confirmation bias. Thank you.
I had no idea that tune was even derived from dark humor, from being racist. Like who would have thought that? We've all done that knock as kids or heard it in cartoons. And I also got the vibe that this was like a crazy house. I mean, the door itself with the little window, when he opens the little window and all you see is Tommy the Clown's eyes, it looks kind of creepy. And then
low key, that's creepy as hell. That image itself looks creepy as hell. I think there's also a certain creepiness to There's a certain creepiness to clowns in general that, like, his eyes, all of that looks creepy as hell to me. Even when I saw it, I was like, this looks like a horror movie. It's a minstrel show tune, but what is a knock in the black community? That is what I thought it was. Wait. But that is a knock in the black community. That is what I thought it was. Super reachers? Yeah, I don't know.
He asks what's the password, and he says, I see dead people.
What's the password?
I see dead people.
Yeah, that sounds like an insane asylum. He goes in there, and if you notice, his hands are always in the sides of his jacket, as if he was in a stray jacket. So again, I did my...
Is that a reach? Oh, I was trying to figure out, bro. He's wearing all white, and he never showed his hands the whole time. It was like, it's like him calling himself crazy a little bit. Like, you mess with the wrong run, bro. I'm crazy. You don't understand. This is what I kind of thought that. Is that a reach? He said reach. And it sounded like the ice cream track in the hood. Kendrick is connecting it to Drake and blackface. Right. If y'all know about the history, the ice cream song, Racist as Hell. Oh my God.
My research. In the 1960s, mental asylums in the South would take advantage of the vulnerable and would admit black people to gain control. Jim Crow laws would enforce black people into mental asylums as they were able to use as a new slavery method. This was about getting access to free black labor. The black patients endured abuse, neglect, violence, and forced labor, which took place in the states such as Mississippi, Alabama, and you guessed it, Georgia. This was an obvious jab at Drake for taking advantage of black artists as a cheat code. He jumps from hood to hood and steals their wave, especially Atlanta artists. Also, Drake's infamous blackface picture. Such a disgrace to say the least. Nothing funny about this. And what he doesn't realize is that whoever talked him into doing this felt like he dominated Drake. This is their form of buck breaking. No black American would even think to belittle themselves like Drake did in this picture. He clearly is unaware of the meaning and how he was being put through a humiliation ritual.
I can't look at it.
In this same pic, he is also wearing, you guessed it again, a Jim Crow shirt. So when it comes to the mental asylum theme that he got going on in this video, it's all tied to one word, and that is Jim Crow. Jim Crow was taking advantage of black people as mental patients in the asylums in the Georgia state. Drake was taking advantage of black artists in Georgia state. The name Jim, Drake is known as Wheelchair Jimmy. His character name was Jimmy in Degrassi. And again, in the blackface picture, he has the Jim Crow shirt on. Man, K-Dot is literally on this man's neck about not being black enough. I don't know about y'all, but that's eerie. That gave me the chills. And I'm kind of annoyed because I'm just like, I wonder what else is in this video that I couldn't figure out. If something as small and minuscule as a jingle can mean that much, what the hell else is in this video? This scene looks identical to the scene from Family Matters music video, which a Dark Lane's demo tape Drake is being yeeted away by Kendrick's aura, and a guy wearing a City of Compton hat dancing next to Kendrick represents Compton having his back. This next scene has so many
hold up.
eggs.
I can't skim over that. I can't skim over that.
To the scene.
This is one of the ones that instantly I was like, that's got to be Drake getting pulled away. Instantly, I was like, that got to be Drake getting pulled away. I didn't understand this person dancing right here, but also it kind of was like, I felt like he was unbothered and unfazed by anything Drake did. But I didn't tie it to the Family Matters video. Because I told y'all, even watching the Family Matters video, I was like, I was so focused on the lyrics that the video itself and the way it was shot was kind of like what's happening? Like, and I'm like, is that a hearse? Like, what's happening? The only thing I really saw was the van getting crushed.
From Family Matters music video, which a Dark Lane's demo tape Drake is being yeeted away by Kendrick's aura, and a guy wearing a City of Compton hat dancing next to Kendrick represents Compton having his back. This next scene has so many Easter eggs, it's insane. Some would say it's a reach, but I think K-Dot is a wicked genius. In the scene where Kendrick is doing push-ups, he has a picture in the background that's off the wall, referencing the diss track that Drake said,
I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up.
Why in the
I didn't even see that. I didn't notice that. Hold up, where's it at? I didn't even notice this picture in. First of all, did anybody watching this video outside of watching this video right here, outside of watching like the Easter egg videos, did anybody notice that video? Shout out to Davis Lewis Love for the $5 donation. I appreciate you, family. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. He says, people seem to think things are a reach simply because it's something they wouldn't do or wouldn't think of. I could see that too, but that's why I ask, right? Do y'all think it's a reach? Because I think it's possible. I just don't know if it was probable that Kendrick was thinking in that way. But but like this, something so subtle like the picture being off the wall, I never saw that. I never even saw it. No, right? Beef is over it. Get over it. Just didn't think of that. A lot of imagery I didn't catch. Shout out to Davis Lewis, man. A lot of imagery I didn't catch at first. I saw the picture but didn't make a connection. Okay, I never saw the picture. Kendrick always think I never saw this picture. That's crazy. I know my picture on the wall when y'all cook up. Crazy.
Why in the hell would I have your picture on my wall, Drake? That shit can't even get hung up. It's on the ground. It is off the wall. Off the wall is also a statement we say when you talking crazy. No one really says that anymore, but for K-Dot and Drake's age group, that's an old term. You off the wall with this one, or you going off the wall, which means you're talking crazy or being a weirdo. Also, Drake referred to himself as Michael Jackson.
One away from Michael, nigga, beat it, nigga, beat it.
And K-Dot called himself Prince.
Yeah.
Prince and Michael Jackson have known to be rivals and feud back in their prime. K-Dot took shots at Drake being MJ by saying,
Nigga Prince outlived Mike Jack, nigga bum.
Which implies that MJ is Drake, who is the fan favorite and sells. But Kendrick being Prince was the underdog, who was just as talented, wasn't as popular, but Prince wasn't the guy that wanted to be popular. He was more low-key. So the off-the-wall picture is in reference to Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album. In the same scene, K-Dot is doing push-ups, trolling Drake when Drake said,
Top say drop, you better drop and give him 50.
Asking K-Dot to hurry and drop his disses.
I think we already understood that was push-ups. But somebody counted them out and said it was 17 push-ups. Somebody counted it out and said it was 17 or 17 and a half, I think it was.
But also implied that Kendrick dropped and gave 50% to Top Dog when he was under contract. But what's funny about this scene is Kendrick ironically stops his push-ups at 17, one away from 18. If that ain't diabolical, I don't know what is. Bruh. We all know Drake like them underage, man. And in the same clip, Kendrick starts to dance just like Drake, where Drake did this dance with, you guessed it, A minor.
What? Yo, that's mind-blowing to me. That is bruh. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, stuff like this is like, him doing this, I just thought was the video, bro. I just thought that was him. I almost thought it was like, bro, what? L's. L, like a L. Like, you took an L.
Age, man. And in the same clip, Kendrick starts to dance just like Drake, where Drake did this dance with, you guessed it, A minor. Kendrick had a date on his jacket, 8/8/2024. Is that when his album drops?
4 days after my birthday, gang. If he dropped this album in August, bro. 8/8/2000. I didn't even see that. 8/8/2004. It's got to be the album release date. He telling us it got to be the album release date. 8/8/2004. That's less than a month away. That's less than a month away. That's wrong. It's SS? Is it? That's not true?
24. Is that when his album drops? Is that?
Let me go back.
24. Is that? A minor. Kendrick had a date.
Oh yeah, it's Martine Rose collection, spring summer 2024. Okay, so that's not the date. Yeah, SS. Okay.
On his jacket. 8/8/2024. Is that when
It
his
looks
album
like
drops?
8/8 though.
Is that also a shout out to Kobe for
Jack
his jersey
Reacher.
numbers? So
Hey, y'all can't call him Jack Reacher because he messed up one time, gang. It's SS 2024, Martine Rose. I see
and
it.
found something even more deeper and somewhat chilling. The 8th of August, American independence is celebrated on the 4th of July.
Oh man, yeah, but then he died. Then he goes into it. Oh man, massive reach. I saw that on Twitter. Oh, you did? Oh my god. So it's not 8/8, it's SS. Okay. Oh man, but then he goes into it. Okay, so the 8th of August, the 8th of August, American independence is celebrated on the 4th, but many African American communities in Western Kentucky also commemorate another day of freedom, the 8th of August. I've never heard that. But SS is, you know what though? SS. Family Matters has a higher replay value than Not Like Us. As a song, I like Family Matters more. Yeah, I think, I think that's a whole nother conversation, man. If we start talking about Family Matters a lot, I have heard people say that Family Matters is the best song in the beef. I've heard people say that. I think Joe Budden said it. I can't recall, but I think Joe Budden said Family Matters might be the best song in the beef. But the problem with it, man, is at this point, so many clouds have been cast over his music that I don't know if he wrote any of it, fam. I don't know if he wrote it. And I think a lot of that, it kind of changes that for me, where some people are saying I can't listen to Drake the same. I think that he's not, I don't know. I feel like the armor is chinked a little bit for me. Like I never considered him the best rapper. I consider him making the best music, but then again, I don't know, man. But that's another topic. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that Family Matters was better than Not Like Us. I'd love to hear it. Sound off in the comments. What is the better song? Not Like Us or Family Matters? Question courtesy of, who's that? Ryan K. Courtesy of Ryan K in the chat. We want to hear you answer that question. Thank you.
It's celebrated.
The SS tats. Oh, yeah, but he wouldn't be wearing that though. He wouldn't be wearing that.
On the 4th of July, but many African American communities in Western Kentucky also commemorate another day of freedom.
This has already been debunked though, because it says SS and not 8/8.
And a homecoming. It's been a tradition since the 1860s. It's chilling because he continues to call out Drake's blackness, but also him not being an American. We all know Drake cosplays to be that black American gangster. Kendrick is continuing his trend to drop things on historical black days. Ken and Friends on Juneteenth, Not Like Us on July 4th, and whatever he has planned that's gonna supposedly come out August 8th.
Now, what happens if he drops on 8/8 though? Now, what happened if he drops on 8/8? Why y'all not streaming? Why y'all not streaming Family Matters if y'all like it more? That's true, Xanders.
Have something in common. Independence. Whether it's black independence
Spring, summer 2024 still.
Independence. Something that Drake has no idea what it is to be like a black man or even a black American. And also the word independent is very important to a rapper in the industry. And I think that's a jab to Drake in his lifetime deal with Lucian Grainge. Drake sold his soul. Universal owns him for life. I think the most obvious and most trolling scene is Kendrick playing hopscotch to the part when he says a minor. Man, you already know what that's about. A little girl's kids game. Then we head over to the shipping containers. The eeriest scene of them all. We all know that human trafficking is widely known to use shipping containers to transfer victims overseas. Kendrick is doubling down on
y'all called that out right away. Y'all called that right away. You a rapper, dog? I wouldn't say I'm a rapper, but I could definitely, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call myself a rapper anymore. I'll say that, but I could definitely, you know, do what I gotta do.
Rumor that Drake is into trafficking. What about the scene of Kendrick staring at the owl and putting him in the cage?
Hold up. What's up with the numbers on the containers though? Okay. I don't know, bro. I feel like you got to look at everything at this point. But I don't think if he could have shipped these containers in and chronological, well, he could have probably painted the numbers on. But yeah, I don't see nothing that stands out with the numbers.
Shipping containers, the eeriest scene of them all. We all know that human trafficking is widely known to use shipping containers to transfer victims overseas. Kendrick is doubling down on the rumor that Drake is into trafficking. What about the scene of Kendrick staring at the owl and putting him in the cage? It had a dark tone of different symbolisms.
Very.
One, he put Drake in his place. Drake being an alleged PDF, he's locking him up where he belongs. Sit that ass down on timeout, bro. Number two, Maya Angelou's I Know Why a Caged Bird Sings.
Got that
All
book
Drake is
right
good
over
at is singing to females. He's not a real rapper, especially since people write his bars for him. And also insinuating that he's a snitch. Doubling down on Drake having paperwork when he was robbed. Also, Drake is labeled as a snitch for all the alleged cease and desist letters he sent to Kendrick, Metro, and French Montana. That's something that even Rick Ross called him out on. I think the most insane part of the video is Whitney dancing in a wife beater, also known as a white beater, but we all call it in the hood, wife beater. Drake flat out lied and said that K-Dot beats his wife, and they aren't happily together, with his kid being Dave Freeze. Man, that kid has them damn Kendrick ears. Look at them ears. Nah. Kendrick ears.
Yo,
Stop
look.
it, Drake.
That's wild. I've never looked at that. That's wild. That boy? Yo, damn near identical. Damn near identical. I've never looked at that. I ain't never even seen this kid like that, I feel, but that's crazy. That's definitely his ears. I like Family Matters, but I only listened to it the time it came out. Not Like Us is played a lot in my house. Yeah, very true, very true. M started some of the raps you guys glorify, like mocking celebrity situations. Listen to Toby. M says, "Why put me?" Yes, he did. And also, Shaq said something that was pretty dope. He said that he thinks that he's gonna kind of come out. We talking about M at this point. Gonna come out and kind of go at maybe. You know, some of the top 5 rappers. I think that would be dope. I think if the top 5, if the Rushmore rappers start beefing, it's up in 2024. If the Rushmore rappers start beefing, it's up. Drake songs have amazing beats. Just listen to Wants and Needs featuring Lil Baby. That's a complete banger. I know that for sure.
Fake. Stop it. I think that shit was the funniest part. They're dancing happily together, just proving that Drake's a pathological liar.
Hypocritical to have your biracial wife in a music video with you, but in that same song, you're talking down about people being biracial or being half black or etc.
I actually want to touch on this because it's getting out of hand and how dense a lot of people are. Kendrick isn't saying Drake isn't black enough because he's biracial. His kids and fiance are also biracial. Come on, bro. He wouldn't be talking about his own kids and his wife. He's saying Drake lacks culture. He's a Jewish kid.
But I will say we had a pretty deep conversation about that in the stream here too, because I think it's the words that Kendrick chose. How many more black features do you feel like you're black enough? That kind of stuff. Like not like, you know, when he said, but when he did say FUBU had never been your collection. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me made it seem more like, okay, culturally you ain't black enough because you wore, what did he say, Ralph? Did he say polo? I can't remember what he said. But he said, you know, FUBU had never been your collection. That to me is more cultural. But when you say how many more black features do you feel like you're black enough, you know, talking about the nose job and all that kind of stuff, that's what people were kind of honing in on and saying, okay, it's a little weird that Kendrick is going in on bro being mixed race or biracial or whatever. And I don't necessarily know if it's dense for people to think that way, because I think a lot of people hear things, you hear them, and that's the way you interpret it. Like, you just can't help the way you interpret something that someone said without context, right? There's no context to it. There is context, but in that snap second of when he's saying it, there's no context. So it's like, oh, what, a word? So I don't fault people for thinking that way. I think that's why a lot of people enjoy watching videos like this or videos like mine where we can have open conversations about it and speak about what we believe is being said versus what he's saying or versus what you're saying. So I think it's good. I do understand the cultural aspect of it too. I understand he said, bro, you not a part of the culture, fam. You never have been. But I also understand how some people might have taken it and said, bro, you literally said how many until you feel black enough. It's like, what? So I get both sides, but I do believe in the end he was speaking culturally over skin.
Kid born and raised in the suburbs of Canada, a child star who lived a great life with no real life lessons.
This is our dining room, and here's my mother. Now we're gonna check out my space. And through here, this is my living room. I like a chilling vibe. That's my favorite thing. And then
he said even black people get clowned for having nose jobs. How hard is it to Google Whitney's ethnicity? It's not hard at all, but still, two things can be true, where just because he is with a mixed race person wouldn't mean that hypothetically he couldn't feel how people were thinking he was feeling. So I get what you're saying, but that doesn't make it doesn't law. She's mixed. He can't feel that way. That doesn't it doesn't make that true, but I see what you're saying.
through here, this is my comfort area. As you can see, I recently did laundry. This is actually a very nice couch.
Drake identifies as Jewish.
You don't understand how big you're about to be in the Jew world. Right?
You don't understand how big it is. First of all, I live in an all-Jewish area, so
Where
I went
is
to
that?
Forest Hill.
Okay.
I went to a predominantly Jewish school growing up. I definitely had a bar mitzvah in an Italian restaurant, mind you.
My lord.
Yeah.
A nice Italian restaurant?
A very nice Italian restaurant. The song of the night was Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way.
You are younger than me.
Yeah.
I forget about that.
Yeah, man. I was in there. I was in synagogue. I had my yarmulke on.
Hebrew school, the whole nine. You did. No,
See, I didn't. I cheated. I didn't really.
So you just did that? No. Your parents are nice.
Yeah.
So they let you do the bar mitzvah without having to do the fucking Hebrew school.
Mm-hmm.
So your mom's Jewish.
My mother's Jewish, and you know we have great Jewish dinners like Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
First text message.
But
you ever
I
sent
think
me.
here's my not issue, but I think people would have respected if he was just the dope Jewish rapper that never had to be culturally with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had to just stayed with that and been in that lane. But who knows if he'd be as big of an artist as he is now if he didn't Vulture in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would have respected him being like, yeah, bro, like I have Jewish dinners. I'm this, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? I've gone to school. I've grew up this way. That's just, and then that rather than completely flipping a 180 and becoming somebody else. I think people value authenticity to the core, and that's why Kendrick is victory lapping 100 times over at this point. Rap about what you know, exactly, right? Wayne told him, don't stop smiling, don't get tatted up, don't be that guy. And it seemed like he still had tried to do that because people was rocking with him. People were rocking with Drake before he even, you know what I'm saying? Mob ties and I get you hit. Like, what? That's not you. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know why people feel like they can't be themselves, especially at that level. But it's not for me to say, bro. It's not for me to say. I'm just a watcher and all that.
He kept it real.
Yeah.
Have you gotten approached yet by like the Jewish media yet?
No, I haven't gotten approached by the Jewish media, but somebody today, who I won't mention, was like, you know how big you're gonna be? And I was like,
Wait, was that me 5 minutes ago? I remember saying that.
Somebody's like, you know how big you're gonna be? And he's like, this has never happened before. It's like every Jew is going to.
His black father wasn't in his life, which is why Pusha T said this bar to get under Drake's skin.
Your father walked away at 5, hell of a dad thing. Marriage is something that Sandy never had, Drake. How you a winner, but she keep coming in last place.
I just don't want to get copywritten for that. I want to listen.
Do what the average black American would do and hold their father accountable for not being present, but basically bought his love once he got money. Drake is so damn out of touch with his blackness, he even said nigga with the hard R.
It just sort of, it bugged me, man. It bugged me because it was like somebody I looked up to at one point.
It was somebody that I was like, I used to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. He open for be like, yo, that's that nigga.
Not realizing he was saying it wrong because I'm pretty sure his white friends or family said these things around him. And he didn't realize the pain behind that word because he's not a black American. He's a Canadian. Canadians don't fight for black rights and don't teach about black slavery. He doesn't have the slightest clue of what black Americans went through and still go through, which is why he thought it was okay to mock slavery with this line here.
Always rapping like you about to get the slaves free.
So this has nothing to do with skin complexion or him being mixed. As brilliant as K-Dot is, and all the Easter eggs everyone tries and finds,
God, he said bad
like no one
take.
tried to understand
Hey, look.
this at all. You would think people would dig up the reasons why Kendrick called out his blackness, just like the average in denial white person who acts like they're pro-black. They hang with the black people and listen and dress like our culture, but then will say a backhand comment about slavery or stereotypical comments when they're angry during a dispute. That's exactly what Drake did when he brought up slavery, using that bar to mock Kendrick as if slavery is something to joke about. A very white thing to do.
All right, I'm not joking. I'm not laughing on that, but in all reality, he probably didn't write that. He probably didn't write that at all. That was somebody else who wrote that. That wasn't even Drake that wrote that.
A Jewish white mom opened the track to Family Matters saying this.
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying,
and Drake saying nigga right after.
Nigga, I said it, I know that you mad.
And Drake saying nigga right after it for his mom is very telling on which side Drake is for real on. Drake doesn't have black values. He vultures on black culture. He gatekeeps his black peers, which is all colonizer traits. Drake is more white culturally and soulfully than he is black. And unfortunately, this is always going to be a touchy subject, an uncomfortable subject. If you're white and really don't have a racist soul in your body, then you wouldn't take this shit personally. You would understand that there is racial issues, and you should know these topics aren't about you specifically. This is about the ones that are blatantly racist and also the ones that are in denial racist. And not to get into a whole nother topic.
I'm finna say, we done went way left, bro.
Understand how this is something not to play about. People think it's funny and say, oh, get over it, and say, oh, why are you still angry? That's old. Let me give you some food for thought. In 1964, civil rights was passed and gave black Americans their human rights. Donald Trump would have been 18 years old. Joe Biden would have been 22 years old. And Reverend Jesse Jackson, the man who marched next to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for our rights, he's still alive to this day. So what does this mean? All the people who tormented and harassed black Americans during these movements are still alive. They have stories that they tell their own grandchildren. The old people you see walking around when you grocery shop, when you go to the mall, when you go to the movies, just every day outside, old people, these are the people who either said no colors allowed or they were the other ones that were fighting for our rights. So stop acting like this is something that happened so long ago when the people who did horrible things are still alive today. So yes, that's why Kendrick called out Drake's blackness. A black person understands these things. A white person doesn't. And he wasn't raised black. He was raised by a white family. And if K-Dot were to talk about the Holocaust in the same humor as Drake, he would have been shunned and held accountable. Everyone would have spiraled out of control. Black, white, it don't matter what race you were. For some reason, the Holocaust is more touchy to the American people, than black issues. And
hurry up, man.
It's crazy how the double standards work against
hurry
black
up,
people.
get through the video, dog.
That's all the Easter eggs.
We not doing this.
If you guys got
we not doing this. Shout out to Carnay for the 21-month re-up.
I seen some Easter eggs too where it was DJ Mustard was wearing the Blue Jays hat, which is a Canadian baseball team. But that ain't no Easter egg. I mean, that was obviously, we could tell what that was. But if y'all caught anything that I didn't, put it in the comments. Let's read what you seen. This video, hands down, is video of the year, song of the year. This literally is gonna go down in the history books. This is top 5.
I know. That's why I'm like, just move through it, bro.
And it might be a stretch, but I'm calling it best. I'm calling it top 3 best.
All right, so I like this video. I do want to get to a video that I think might be a little bit more on it. So we are about 39 minutes in, which is cool. This is gonna be a long video, gang. This is gonna be a long video. Let me see. Listen, I liked what he said. I liked a lot of his, I like some of his takes. I do think some of them could be reachy, but he said in the beginning of the video, bro, You may not even like anything I have to say in this video. He kind of precursor told us, you may not like nothing I say. I don't think that he went as far into the video as I would have liked. So I want to find another one, man. We can do two. It's the same topic. We can do 2 videos in one. Let's see. What do we want to say? Hidden meanings. Let's look at that. This is the one that was got 300,000 views. Is this the one? All right, let's check this one out. Is this the one? 300K. I think there was another one though. Look, hey, for you, we right there. All right, I'm gonna just pull that one up. I'm gonna look at that one.
Kendrick's music video for Not Like Us is full of layered disses towards Drake, like this scene of him with an owl in a cage, referencing Maya Angelou's I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, implying that Drake should stick to singing over rapping, with the owl representing Drake since it's OVO's logo, and also implying Drake should be locked up for all the PDF file allegations that Kendrick talks about on the song. He's even playing hopscotch, a game that little girls play, in the scene where he says the A minor line, and dropping the video on the 4th of July, a day celebrating American independence, after doing the pop-out show on Juneteenth, proves that he planned the whole aftermath of the beef out, continuing his point about Drake being not like us, an outsider to American rap culture, something he puts on full display when he brings out all of LA to Compton to chant this diss with him throughout the video. It especially fits with him calling Drake a colonizer, since the 4th of July was when America got freed from being a British colony. Kendrick uses LA rapper and celebrity friends throughout his pop-out concert to show the heritage and history that he comes from, that Drake tries to imitate by associating with Atlanta artists, but just can't really replicate. And some of the stars that showed up in the show made an appearance in the video to double down on that point, from Mustard, who opened for him, to DeMar DeRozan, who he name dropped on the song since he went to go play for the Toronto Raptors, Drake's hometown team, but eventually came back home to the US and made an appearance on stage during the live performance of Not Like Us. Tommy the Clown, who also performed a set before Mustard at the show, is a dancer raised in South Central LA who was legendary for inventing the form of dancing called clowning, a huge inspiration behind crumping, in response to the Rodney King riots in 1992. His movement was meant to be a healthy alternative to LA kids getting into drugs or crime, and those values reflect Kendrick's emphasis on art being a way to represent and heal communities rather than imitate them. He featured members of TDE and Black Hippie, from Schoolboy Q to J-Rock to Absol to Top Dog, Punch, and Musso, and the video is 5 minutes and 55 seconds long. We all know Kendrick is always really specific with his numbers, and throughout his seasons on Degrassi, Drake was always spotted wearing 555 Soul. He recreated this video of him doing push-ups.
I told y'all it was 555. 555 Soul. What does that mean? What does 555 Soul mean? I told y'all in the I was like, yo, the video, that's like the first thing I said. 555 Soul. What is that? Is that just a brand? Yeah, it's just a brand. 555 Soul. Oh, no way. Yeah, the video was 5 minutes and 55 seconds long. And I remember seeing 555 Soul, 555s, and was like, yo, what does that mean?
He recreated this video of him doing push-ups in Compton from his burner Instagram page, which he also referenced in his video for N95, a scene that Drake made fun of with his drop and give me 50 hook on the diss push-ups. Kendrick later flipped this diss against Drake on Meet the Gram, saying that he would be a better father to Adonis because he'd teach him to do push-ups and build discipline instead of taking Ozempic for weight loss. Even the fact that he did push-ups in public as a celebrity in a random park in Compton was a statement about how much his city loves him, and how safe he is there, something that he's saying Drake will never have in a historical center of hip-hop like LA. He also does exactly 17 push-ups. He won 17 Grammys, and he's also saying Drake doesn't want anything over 17. The pictures are off the wall in this room that has studio.
I didn't notice the 17 push-ups, 17 Grammys, so 17 means something every time we see it.
Speakers in it, which references Drake saying, he made direct references to some of Drake's disses on Family Matters, specifically about him domestically abusing Whitney, and Dave Free being the father of his son, with these scenes of posing and dancing with Whitney and his children, right when he says the Family Matters line. And the fact that Dave Free directed the video, Whitney's even wearing a wife beater, directly referencing these allegations, something that I don't really feel like she'd do if they were true. He references the vignette type shot in Family Matters with this scene, and has this guy behind him in a ski mask representing Drake from his Dark Lane Demo Tapes album cover. In this scene, Drake is trying to catch up to Kendrick, but gets swept away right when he says the boogeyman line, and Kendrick is standing next to a guy with a Compton hat on, representing how him having his city by his side is why Drake will never catch up. He smacks the shit out of this owl pinata in some scenes, another reference to an activity little kids do at birthday parties, while also visually representing the beatdown that he's saying he gave Drake in this beat. And at the very beginning of the video, he gives us a snippet of a song with a Not Like Us type flow, potentially teasing either a remix or a preview of a song from his next album. album. The snippet also references Kamasi Washington, a saxophone player from LA who was featured on To Pimp a Butterfly, hinting that his next album might have some of the same jazz influences that this album was famous for. He also references The Blueprint by Jay-Z in a line about IP or intellectual property, which is kind of a response to Drake saying that he had to drop and give his label 50%, implying that what he's trying to build with PG Lang, his own label, is going to give him more control over his own music, just like Jay-Z with Rockefeller Records. This video actually reminded me
I'm also noticing a lot of times he wearing all white, bro. He was wearing all white in the PG Lang, and now he wearing all white here too. I'm noticing that. That might be a reach, to be honest. Which one? Not Like Us remix would be sick. I just can only imagine who would actually be in the video.
A lot of the video for Alright, with the huge crowds of Compton natives singing along to Kendrick. And the music video for that also started with another song first. I don't know if this was a coincidence, but his fit looked mad similar to the guy from this viral video, who has a lot of the same hating energy as Kendrick on Euphoria. Let me know if you thought this music video lived up to the hype. It got 5 million views in 4 hours, and it's looking like it might be Kendrick's biggest video of all time. For more context on this song, watch my breakdown here. Let me know what I missed down below, and as always, thanks for watching.
Oh, is this a full? Wait, every shot? No, I don't want to hear that. Yeah, man. I feel like for the most part, I feel like we kind of tackled a lot of those different things, man. I'm feeling like we didn't miss nothing unless there's another video, because somebody said somebody came in. Is this it? How long is this video? 26,000 views 3 days ago. Y'all want to run through this one? Let me know if y'all want to run through this one. If you want to run through this one, we'll run through this one too. I heard the remix is YG, Rowdy, and Rick Ross. Oh my God. Bro trying to get invited to the all-white Diddy party. Crew, that 69 got after Ebony Prince tweet is crazy. 69, what happened? Look at his page for sure. Yeah, run through it. All right, let's run through this one too. I want to see if people are catching stuff that we're not catching. Shout out to another vertical guy here too, man, because it may not look the same on the computer screen as it does, but watching it on your phone, it works. So shout out to another vertical homie over here, if y'all know what I'm talking about. Me and him probably in the same spot, man. So I'm gonna get him a sub. Make sure y'all hit that sub button too if you guys haven't done it already. Let's run it up.
Is that Kendrick allegedly beat his wife, Whitney, and hid the evidence. Now, plain sight, the first thing we see from Whitney in this music video, not only dispelling that they aren't together or that they aren't able to be a happy family with her smiling and dancing and, you know, crip walking on top of Drake's grave, basically, with the kids, we saw her in a wife beater. Now, that was not unintentional. That was a slick way to basically poke fun at the fact that Drake is saying that Kendrick beat her. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't have any evidence to say that it is. All I have is her evidence wearing this tank top, which is called a wife beater. To me, that dispels the allegation right in front of the world's face, okay? Next up, we have the caged bird. Okay, the caged bird, not only does it represent, of course, the OVO owl and potentially the OVO team behind bars. That could be one theory, but also there's a very famous poem from Maya Angelou that talks about the owl being caged. It's called Caged Bird, okay? And in that poem, it said, the caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, okay? And the next line is, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. This is such a clear reference. Basically, Kendrick saying that all Drake can do now is sing. All he can do is make the bops, is try to make the hits, is do songs with Camila Cabello, is try to be pop. But anytime he tries to rap, Kendrick has...
That makes sense. That's a better explanation to me. He is the caged bird. And now I'm going to show you why the caged bird is singing, because he can't rap with us no more. He can't rap no more. I'll put that out there for y'all. He can't rap no more. That makes sense. I like the way he broke that down.
5 more songs in stock if he tries to re-engage with Kendrick on a rap level. And he's basically saying, go do your little songs over there. Right. Sing, because all the caged bird can do is sing.
Facts.
Next up, we have a potential release date for either a new single or a new Kendrick album.
We
Now, my
already
brother sent me this
dispelled that
tweet.
one, though.
He told me I should open my eyes more because I did not see this, but version of Drake being thrown to the background as he tries to attack Kendrick from the back. Pause. Okay, I knew that this was supposed to represent Drake at first, but I didn't really put the two and two together of the shiesty mask he had on, which he was clearly doing in the Dark Lane demo tapes era. But not only that, that was the time when Drake put out Tootsie Slide. And what did Kendrick say on the record? He said, you can't Tootsie Slide your way out of this one, meaning there's no hit that you can put, there's no hit record that you can put out that's going to dispel all the rumors, all the things that I'm talking about. Whereas when Drake put out Tootsie Slide, it was right after there was a video that was released of him kissing this girl who was 17 on stage, and it kind of overshadowed that news by Tootsie Slide being such a big hit. Now, speaking of 17-year-olds, the amount of push-ups that Kendrick does on this song, and again, I'm just telling you the fact, is 17 and a half, okay? Kendrick does 17 push-ups, gets off of the stool, and goes back on to do half of another push-up, but he never comes back up. So that, to me, is a clear reference to say that Drake likes young women. It's another thing that he's been talking about clearly on the last few records, and he's saying maybe there's evidence of Drake being with a 17-and-a-half-year-old or an almost 18-year-old. If you look up Bella, if you look up some other things online, we don't have to get into that.
What
in this
about
video,
that one? Is it that one girl that that bro did the interview with? I'm just asking. I'm not saying it is, but that one video that when he was like, yo, would you let Drake whatever? And then she was like, that would be something that's in the courts. And he was like, oh, you're a victim? I wonder if that's who he's talking about.
It's dispelling the push-ups theory, which is that Top is extorting Kendrick for all of his music, with Top being in the music video, him doing push-ups, and the fact that he clearly chose to get off the bar and go back on and do that last half of a push-up. You don't think Kendrick's calculated enough to do that on purpose, then I'm talking to the wrong audience, okay? I'm talking to the person who knows how calculated and strategic Kendrick is. Next up, we have DeMar DeRozan being in the music video. Of course, he was a hero in Toronto. I'm from Canada. If you guys don't know, DeMar DeRozan was basically the next Vince Carter for Canada, and that is with all love and due respect to Vince Carter, my favorite player of all time. But he was the closest thing we had to a hero in Toronto, in Canada, when it came to someone who could take us and maybe give us a ring. Now, we didn't get a ring with DeMar, but Drake and him were great friends. He is from Compton, so this was basically showing his allegiance, and maybe even the fact that he wasn't as close to Drake as he may have portrayed. They did meet together. They did meet at his house when he first signed. They did have a friendship, but maybe it wasn't as strong as people think, and maybe a lot of Drake's relationships, which we're clearly seeing, were maybe more surface level than we might have thought at the beginning, because clearly a lot of them are falling apart. This is a personal theory of mine, but the angel numbers that existed in this song, there was a 444 tattoo on the girl's shoulder when she passed Kendrick the Bible, and then there was a 555 in terms of the time code of the music video. It was 555, 5 minutes and 55 seconds. I think that was intentional. That means great change. It means trust the transition that's coming. It means that you were guided heavily by angels
this video
in
so
the
far.
next chapter of your life. I personally have a 555 tattoo right here, and I've seen that number guide me. So I'm just putting that out there. I think Kendrick was intentional with that, especially when he talks about being guided by angels so many times. Then we have a little bit more conspiratorial, but we will throw out these theories and see what you guys think. So the shipping containers that Kendrick was so clearly in front of when DeRozan was there, when Dave Free was there, when some of the dancers were dancing
because why not, right? If it's not that reason, then why have the shipping containers in the video? You know what I'm saying? Why, if it's not for that specific reason, then why not have he's saying this is more conspiratorial, which I can see why he's saying that. But I think all of it is kind of freaking, I don't know. Kendrick didn't write a manual that says the cage and the bird means this and this means that. So we're all kind of drawing our own, theories and speculation here. But this is, I think, is definitely what he's trying to say with this shot.
Shipping containers. I think the shipping containers is a
CB1 ICUA. Read into it more. I heard that D-Rose and Drake stopped talking because he saw a Snapchat of Drake with his girl working out. I don't know if that's true, just something I heard. Ooh, I'm pretty sure. Please watch his breakdown. Okay, I can get into that one too. I don't know if we'll get into it today because we're pushing an hour. I didn't mind it going an hour, but I don't want to go any longer than that.
reference to The Wire. I've seen a couple people talk about this.
He's a Pulitzer Prize winner. I'm confused why no one understands how complex a person mind to achieve something. I don't think anyone's confused. Joy, I don't think anyone's confused. I think there's a lot coming at you at once, no Diddy. So you don't notice everything. And then when you see it, it's like, oh, that makes sense. It's not really confusion. I just think that in the moment of time when you're seeing things and you're listening and watching and feeling and vibing, and then it's like, oh, wait, but that means something. Let me go back and let me check that. So I definitely think people respect his brain and his mental capacity to do these things. I just think that it's a certain level of, oh damn, it's like a certain level of passion and a certain level of energy put into every little thing. That's just like, bro, I'm sure the fact that bro got on white shoes and bro got on black shoes. Look, just notice that. Hold up. Bro right here got on white shoes, and then this homie over here got on black shoes. That means something. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but no, I respect what you're saying, but I definitely don't think it's confusion. I think people are just taken back at the level that of energy he put into it.
On Twitter, there's an episode on The Wire, I believe it's season 2, episode 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't watch The Wire, which I do need to watch. It's on my list. But that episode, when I was reading the summary, basically talks about the shipping of prostitutes through shipping containers. And if you look at the themes that Kendrick's bringing up about Drake's crew, I don't know exactly what he's referencing, but he's going somewhere in that direction. Baca had a case for human trafficking. Okay, Baca has a weird case. Why is he around? I think something in that ballpark is being referenced by Kendrick. Finally, on the intro to the song that Kendrick was previewing at the beginning of the music video, he says he's reincarnated. Now, July 4th, of course, is Independence Day, but July 4th, 1996, I believe, I gotta relook it up, was Tupac's last performance. Now, somebody commented this on my TikTok video. The House of Blues, Sunset Strip, West Hollywood, California, on July 4th, 1996, and released on both CD and DVD on September 5th, 2005. So he could be referencing that he is Pac reincarnated, and if you remember anything about Tupac and Biggie's beef, which I wasn't around for, but looking back on it did not seem like he was letting up when it came to the Hit 'Em Up music video. He went full force, and this is what Kendrick is doing, reincarnated with Pac's Gemini energy in LA. So those are all the things I noticed. Let me know if there's any more that you want me to cover in a separate video. Hopefully we get new Kendrick music soon, but I'm super...
Shout out to bro, man. He did a really good job. That was honestly probably one of the better ones because it was a little bit more concise and put together. Some of the other ones are a little bit more of a reach, but we actually listened to 3 different videos in this video, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let me know if there's anything that we might have missed. If anybody has any theories, I love to hear them in the comments. You guys know I always respond to the comments. Let me get to a couple of these before I get up out of here. For all these people to turn against him, it has to be something about dude. He's the common denominator. Yeah, I've been saying that. I don't think it's everyone else. I think it's him. This girl from Toronto has a video talking about Drake's VIP lounge at the stadium being used by the guys with young girls. Oh my God. It's just so much. Oh, and I also saw something about his name that he uses when he's in public at like hotels and stuff. It's like Richard Fitzenwell, which is, you know, the nickname for Richard is Dick. Fitzenwell is his name. Like they use that. I feel like that's another crazy one that I'm hearing going around. But let me know what you guys think about this video, man. I appreciate you taking the time to rock with me today. We had over 100 million people in here, man. So if you guys haven't hit that like button, I see we got about 50 likes in the stream. Would love to get to that 200 like mark if we don't mind. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Y'all are helping this channel grow. It's only growing because of you. Thank you guys so much for all the support. We're almost at 12,000 subscribers. 20K this year is the goal. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have an incredible rest of your day. I say it at most of the end of every videos. Get outside, enjoy the sun, call your family, tell them you love them, all that good stuff, man. Don't hold no grudges. I'll see y'all in the next one, man. I'm out. Peace, 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 peace. I'm gone.